This is something that's interested in astrology. Do y'all know about a castle? Well, I got a castle in my natal chart. And this is a castle. They got the 5 points. It's like a 5 point star in my natal chart. It's called a castle. And this is what it looked like. This is a castle, beautiful people. And let me show you where the castle is from right here all the way to the moon, travel all the way right there, all the way up here, like this. Hold up, like this. Boom, 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 boom. That's the castle, beautiful people. As you see, this is a castle in my natal chart. And to go further in, I'm gonna show you right here. And I got this off of Astro charts. Astro chart. That's all you got to type in. ASTROCHART. You can type that in and use the calculator and pull up your chart. But this is what I got. It's a castle. You say, what is a castle? Here we go. What is a castle? A castle is, let's go right here through my research. A castle is a highly stable structure resting on the base of the trine or triangle. And you know what a trine is. My grand trine, I got a water grand trine. This is my water grand trine, which is Pisces midheaven, Jupiter in Cancer, and Uranus in Scorpio. And this is my water grand trine. Now, so it's resting on the base, but also within this castle, this 5 point star like a pinnacle, you have the mystical rectangle, which is Pisces midheaven, Uranus and Scorpio, and Virgo moon and Taurus and Chiron, like an X. The reason why, because the Virgo moon opposes Pisces midheaven. The Taurus Chiron opposes Uranus and Scorpio. But if I bring them into balance, without them fighting against each other, in balance as one, this is a symbol of protection. The X is the mystical X, the spiritual, the code knowledge. And so it's inside of here also with the grand trine. The grand trine. It's inside the castle. So when I bring all these elements together, the mystical rectangle and the grand trine, is powerful. I build a castle. I can do anything. And I'll be protected from all evil, from all deception and anything. And I'll become the magical one, the powerful one. Because a castle is when you come into your power, either on the upside or the downside. It could be destructive, but to build a castle, you have to be positive. You have to bring it in balance. And so I got three cradles that's in the castle. This is the first cradle, as you see. The second cradle. And the third cradle. 3 cradles. Now, if I could bring all this into balance, which is earth and water. This is the female aspects, which deal with the intuition, that deals with psychic ability, that deal with healing, nurturing, that deal with being caring, and bring it all together is very powerful. So it deals with manifestation because it got earth in it. So it's part of my emotions, which is Virgo, but also part of my midheaven, also part of my first house, Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer. So it's part of my personality. So as you see, and this ain't even got to my Libra. I'm a Libra sun. You know what I mean? Stellium is on its own little plane right here, as you see. But basically, the castle represents authority, dominance, power, romance, safety, wealth, the good life. It's either for the good or evil. Good for evil. Also, spiritual enlightenment. This gives me This gives me the power to be one of the most powerful person on the planet as a spiritual healer, a spiritual teacher, and I'm protected once I come into my powers. So this is what this stands for. It's like a 5-point star. That's how it's built in my chart, my natal chart, as you see, beautiful people. But so I also deal with achievement, exoteric knowledge that people don't understand, and for me to bring the truth and the light to you and to inspire you, to inform you, and bring you wisdom. And so it depends on what the castle's in. Mine's deal with the earth and it deals with the water. So it deals with nurturing and deal with practical solutions. Now they got the fire and they got the air castle. But my castle is the earth and the water. It's the female aspects. We deal with nurturing, caring, and psychic gifts and ability to heal, to nurture, to care, and things of that nature. So this is my power. So those who got a castle in your chart, you got a lot that's inside of your castle. You got a grand trine, which is this triangle right here. And my grand trine is in water. And you also will have something like a mystical rectangle. Mystical means spiritual, the hidden, the coat, with the X on there, because it's an envelope. It's sealed. It's sealed. So it's your powers that's within this envelope. That's you. So this is within. This power is within. So as you see, I'm gonna show you where it's at inside of here. As you see boom, 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 boom. The envelope. X, X. Now, let me show you the triangle that's inside of here. You see, let's turn it this way. Boom, boom, boom. This is the grand trine that's inside this castle, which is the pinnacle, 5-point star. And also 5-point star represents you as a human, a body. It represents, it's great protection. This is very spiritual, very sacred, saying that I'm protected. So this is why the charts are very important. This is the water and earth element. And so as you see, this is the castle. It has all of this in here. And my Libra stellium, because I was born in the month of Libra, is alone. I got a stellium, which means many planets in the 5th house, the fun house. So I got my fun side, but I also got my gifts and what I'm here to do and where I can come into power that deals with my castle. So now you understand. And so Jupiter give me the expansion power to be clairsentient. It expands my emotions, expands my intuition with the grand trine. And Uranus give me the power to have claircognizance, downloads information, also media ability because it's in Scorpio, but also to be the radar detector to know you quick, fast, to make it speed up my Scorpio. And so Scorpio already is a lot of detector, so I can see through you. So this brings the mediumship, this brings the claircognizance, and this right here brings the clairvoyance, which is Jupiter in Cancer, and clairsentience. My midheavens is my careers, Pisces midheaven. Walk in the light of a Pisces midheaven. Pisces got all the psychic abilities, so Pisces is very spiritual. So all this is what this means, beautiful people. This castle means this. And so bring the earthly aspects, the Taurus, Chiron is what I went through in life, which means dealing with money, dealing with stuff like that, dealing with issues in my environment, poverty, stuff like that, overcoming things. And so my experience will teach me how to deal with people. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about what I value. So the Virgo moon is my emotion, my true self of who I am. This is like a need to do. And so this brings the earthly aspects and the water together, and I got the castle. So I'm saying the Virgo moon makes me more intellectual, more helper, a server. Because Virgos is all about service, all about helping you, want to see you improve, want to see you grow. And all the ones who seek knowledge and always breaking down the facts. You got a quick intuition when it comes to knowing people, knowing what a person going through and the illness, and knowing how to help people improve themselves. So as you see, this is the grand trine, which is my gift, which is the water grand trine. and just bring the earth elements. This is the mystical triangle. We got the reason why it's a cross because these opposing forces going like this: Pisces and Virgo, and then you got Taurus, Trine, and Uranus and Scorpio. But when they come into balance, when I bring them into balance, when I come into balance, this and all this into balance, this is very powerful. This is a symbol of protection. It looks like the female chromosome, the X, because it's protection. It's an envelope. So this is the power within it. The power within this envelope is sealed it. So once I tap into it, I'm protected, I'm guided, very spiritual, and I come into my powers. So I know nobody really never heard about the castle. Astrology is very interesting, and that's why I keep bringing y'all this light on here, because it's very interesting. You know, this is me definitely came lit. Had to break things down. And you see the cradle. So y'all want to know what a cradle is. I understand. I'm coming. So we have to see what a cradle is. A cradle, because if you don't know that, then here we go. I'm about to break it down to you what a cradle is. It's just seem crazy that they never really bring that to you, but a cradle, let's get to it. What is a cradle? Cradle pattern. Just tap on this. Let's see. A cradle. See, a cradle is basically, this is what they say. Hold up. Let me give you a better definition of what a cradle is, because they're very rare. But it's crazy that they couldn't explain it enough, but I'm going to give it to you, beautiful people. What a cradle is. Here we go. A cradle. So a cradle is basically, is what I got to work on. Like these three is connected right here. These three is sextiles that's connected to the opposite, to the ops, to the enemy. So I got to bring everything and work and mastery and bring everything to balance. This cradle right here, like Virgo moon and Pisces midheaven is opposing each other. So these three sextile is connected to the op, which is what they call the enemy. Until I come to balance, it won't be no enemy no more. So the cradle, that's why it's three of them. Three of them the same. They're like the Taurus, Trine, and Scorpio, Uranus is the ops towards each other. So you have three sextiles that's connected to the ops. That's basically how it works. So I got 4 points. 3 sextiles connected to the ops. The two opposing forces like on the end. Right here. They got to work together. And so what happened is, when they work together, it's all about self-mastery. You got to master these aspects. You see, once I master these aspects, which I did, and I'm continuing to master it, I come into my powers. And master self-love, and master self-compassion, and master taking the kind of accountability for myself, and bringing them in together as one. Bringing the Pisces midheaven in with the Virgo. So I got to balance it out. All this need balance. And this is how I win with the cradle. And the cradle will help me reach everything else, which is the castle. So this is how I operate, beautiful people. So once you master yourself, all this, the castle, the grand trine, using your, see the grand trine is my natural gifts. And as long as I use it, I will win. Because sometimes it's so natural and so easy to me to have this watery gift to nurture people, to care for people, to read their emotions. It's easy to me till I can forget it. I can lay back and be more intellectual instead of using my intuition. See what I'm saying? So that I mean, but if I use my grand trine, my gifts, it's just like a special gift of powers. There's this triangle right here. Then I win. See what I'm saying? My career is Pisces midheaven, which means spiritual, which means creative, which means taking photos, doing videos, being in the media. But when I do make videos about spiritual healings, about doing the psychic, reading people, psychic gifts, or tarot reading, or things of that nature, any divination, healing people. And this is my gift. Pisces midheaven, this is what I'm here to do, my careers. And so the castle is right here, beautiful people. creating characters, acting, cartoons, all that there. It's part of my mid habits. But all this deal with healing people and coming to my powers where I could do it on a global scale. So I have to master myself, self-mastery, and I did that. I'm going to continue to master every part of me. It's a lot of parts. You can never fully master yourself, but I done mastered most of it. So I'm continue moving on up. So this is what this castle represents. You know what a castle is. You see a castle like, woo, it's power. Oh, this person got power. This person is fortune, wealth. This is more like a spiritual wealth, more like victory. So now you know.